Social justice. We hear the term everywhere today. But where did social justice actually come from? It didn't start on Twitter. It didn't begin with protests in the streets. In fact, the idea goes back nearly 200 years. And back then, it didn't mean what it means now. Let's rewind. The roots, 1800s Europe. The term social justice was first used in the 1840s. It came from a Catholic priest named Luigi Tapparelli, writing in Italy. Back then, Europe was changing fast. Factories were rising, cities were swelling, and workers, especially the poor, were being chewed up by the machine. Tapparelli believed that justice shouldn't only apply to individuals or criminal courts. It should apply to society as a whole. He asked, what if justice wasn't just about punishment? What if it was about structure? He introduced the idea of social justice, a kind of fairness that looks at how power, wealth, and opportunity are distributed across a society. It was radical then. It still is now. The 1900s, labor, law, and human rights. In the early 20th century, labor movements across Europe and America picked up the idea. They pushed for things like minimum wage laws, bans on child labor, workplace safety regulations. These weren't just economic demands. They were calls for social justice, fair treatment of working people. Then came World War II. In 1948, the United Nations adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. For the first time, social justice became global policy. It declared that every person, no matter their race, gender, income, or nation, deserves dignity, freedom, equality, opportunity. Social justice wasn't just a religious idea anymore. It had become a shared international standard. What does it mean today? Today, social justice still means fairness, but not just in the legal sense. It's about creating a society where systems work for everyone, not against some. Let's break down what that looks like. 1. Racial justice. This means confronting both past and present inequalities based on race. It includes fighting systemic racism in policing, education, healthcare, housing, and the job market. Racial justice asks, are people treated fairly, regardless of skin color or background? And if not, what must change? 2. Gender equality. More than just equal pay. It's about breaking gender-based barriers in education, work, politics, and personal safety. It means ensuring that no one is held back because of their gender or forced into roles society assigns them. Think, girls having equal access to education, women being safe at home and at work, men being free to express vulnerability without shame. 3. Disability rights. Social justice recognizes that people with disabilities aren't broken or lesser. They're people facing unjust systems. It's about making schools, workplaces, transportation, and healthcare truly accessible. Not just ramps and elevators, but equal opportunity, dignity, and independence. 4. Immigrant protections. Social justice asks, are newcomers treated with fairness or suspicion? It means safeguarding basic human rights, like safety, housing, education, and work, for people who cross borders in search of a better life. It's about recognizing humanity over nationality. 5. Climate justice. The climate crisis doesn't affect everyone equally. Poorer communities, indigenous groups, and developing nations bear the brunt, often with the fewest resources. Social justice in climate means protecting vulnerable communities, holding powerful polluters accountable, creating solutions that benefit both people and the planet. Social justice today is not just about helping individuals. It's about transforming systems so no one is locked out of opportunity, dignity, or hope because of who they are or where they come from. The core principles of social justice. 1. Equity, fairness over sameness. Equity is not about giving everyone the exact same thing. It's about recognizing that people start from different places and adjusting for that. Imagine 3 people of different heights trying to look over a fence. Equality gives them all the same size box. Equity gives each person the height they need to see over the fence. In practice, equity might mean giving more support to students from underfunded schools, ensuring disabled people have the tools they need to access education or jobs, Addressing past harms with programs that uplift communities historically left behind. Equity asks, what's holding people back, and how do we fix it? 2. Access, removing barriers. It's not enough for rights to exist on paper. People need to actually reach and use them. Access means removing the barriers, physical, financial, digital, or social, that stop people from using essential services or resources. It's about making sure public transport reaches low-income neighborhoods, ensuring everyone can access quality healthcare regardless of income, designing apps, websites, and education tools that work for people with disabilities. Access is not a privilege. It's a human right. 3. Participation. Every voice matters. In a just society, people must be able to shape the decisions that affect their lives. That means voting rights that are protected and accessible, community meetings where residents are heard, not just consulted, representation in media, government, and leadership positions. When some voices are always present and others are ignored, inequality grows louder. Participation ensures that everyone has a seat at the table. 4. Rights. Protection for all, not just some. Social justice is rooted in the belief that human rights are non-negotiable. These include the right to safety, the right to education, the right to health care, the right to work and be paid fairly, the right to live without discrimination. But rights are only real when they're protected, especially for the most vulnerable. A just society defends the rights of migrants, minorities, children, women, and the poor, not just the powerful. 5. Recognition, respecting identity and dignity. This principle is often overlooked, but it's powerful. Recognition means acknowledging people's histories, cultures, and experiences, especially those that have been erased or ignored. It's about honoring indigenous land and traditions, respecting people's names, opinions, boundaries, and beliefs, teaching history that includes all voices, not just the dominant ones. Lack of recognition is a kind of violence. It makes people feel invisible. Recognition restores dignity. Addressing common misconceptions. Now, let's pause for a second, because if you've ever heard the term social justice and rolled your eyes, you're not alone. There are a lot of misconceptions floating around. So let's clear up a few. Is social justice just political correctness? Nope. Social justice isn't about walking on eggshells or avoiding offense. It's about making systems fairer, so everyone has a real shot at life, dignity, and opportunity. This isn't about cancel culture. It's about asking, who gets heard, who gets left behind, and what can we do about it? Does social justice mean punishing the rich? Not at all. It's not about tearing people down. It's about lifting others up. The goal isn't revenge. It's equity, a world where your zip code, gender, or background doesn't decide your future. Think of it this way. If a few people are on yachts while others are drowning, social justice asks why, and how we make the water safer for everyone. Why is everyone always talking about race and identity? Because race, gender, and identity still shape outcomes. Who gets hired? Who gets stopped? Who gets protected? Who gets overlooked? Talking about race or gender isn't divisive. Ignoring inequality is. Social justice doesn't mean blaming you for the past. It means owning the future together. At its core, social justice isn't about guilt. It's about shared responsibility. We all live in the same house. And when one room is burning, pretending it's fine doesn't make you safer. It just makes the fire spread. What you can do, individual action. Okay, so maybe you're thinking, this all sounds important, but what can I actually do? Here's the good news. You don't need to be a politician, a lawyer, or an activist to make a difference. Social justice starts small, right where you are. 1. Vote. Yep, it still matters. From school board to senators, the people you elect shape laws that affect housing, education, wages, and more. Show up. Speak through your ballot. 2. Volunteer. Find a cause that speaks to you. Food justice, disability access, literacy programs. A few hours a month can change someone's world. 3. Speak up, especially in your workplace or community. Did someone make a joke that wasn't okay? Did a policy leave certain people out? Use your voice, not to shame but to shift. You don't have to be loud. Just be clear. Sometimes, one honest conversation opens a door to change. 4. Be mindful of where your money goes. Support businesses that pay fair wages. Source responsibly and include everyone. Your purchases have power. 5. Keep learning and help others learn too. Read. Ask questions. Share what you learn, respectfully. And yes, even sharing videos like this one matters. Because the more people understand what social justice really means, the less divided we'll be, and the more solutions we'll find. Social justice isn't a trend. It's a team effort. And your role? It might be small, but it's real, and it matters. Social justice is not a buzzword or fad. It's not about taking sides. And it's not about making everyone the same. It's about building a world that treats everyone as if they matter, because they do. So next time you hear the term social justice, don't roll your eyes. Look closer. It's not just about them. It's about all of us.